Welcome to Death in Her Shadow. I'm Shadow Phoenix.
I'm Death Witchling.
And today we'll be reviewing
Ouran High School Host Club.
Part 2. So now we're going to be reviewing the second part of Ouran High School Host Club.
If you haven't checked out our first video on this series, go do that first, or you'll
be completely lost.
Be a little lost. So last place we left off, Haruhi had just had a really weird kind of like Alice in Wonderland themed dream.
Yeah.
And the show started to actually show some promise other than just being a really out there and kind of like lowbrow anime. So hopefully the story will develop a lot more and I can give it a higher rating.
Yeah. The last episode, it did show promise, but other than that, I just hope it gets better.
I hope it gets better. And unfortunately, since we're watching this again, terrible intro and outro music we're going to have to deal with. But we do it for you guys. So we'll catch up with you guys after we finished watching the season. What did you think of it overall, now that we've seen it all?
It kind of started up, like, not boring, but kind of uninteresting, like it ended off before, but the last 6 episodes, I feel, got a lot better.
Yeah, I felt like as we were watching it, I regretted us binge watching it because it just seemed to drag on. Like, there wasn't really much plot development. It was just kind of filler.
If you were to watch like one episode a day, I guess it would be fine, but binge watching it like we did, it was
dragging on until we got into the last 6 episodes, and then we started to learn more about the guys and how the host club was formed and about their past.
They started to show more character.
Yeah, there was more character development. We had a new character come in. There was more to the story, a lot more depth.
There was more than one new character come in.
Was there?
Yeah. There was. There was
Kasanoda.
There was like,
and his background people.
Maybe 2 more main characters that came in.
Oh, Honey Senpai's brother?
Well, I guess 3 then. Yeah, but Kasanoda. Sorry. Honey Senpai's brother, and then the girl at the end that
that was supposed to be Tamaki's fiance, but I wouldn't say she was really mainstream. She was only in one.
She affected it quite a bit.
Yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean she was a main character. But anyways, there was a lot more depth to it that we'd been looking for, and we weren't counting down the episodes anymore. We're actually interested in it again.
It just got better.
Yeah, and it was so, I felt like my glimmer of hope from that last episode with Haruhi was like failing me. I thought, man, this has gone downhill almost, and then it kind of took us by surprise, and it got better, so much better. It became the anime I remembered watching when I was younger.
And funny enough, when I watched it before, I stopped like the 7th last episode, so I didn't get to the better part. So you didn't even
get to the better part. So yeah, but if you were to watch any of that anime, I would say the last 6 episodes
were definitely the best.
Were definitely what you'd want to watch.
Yeah. So now that they've added a few new characters, has your favorite character changed since last time?
I would have to say that's hard because I still really liked Tamaki Senpai as a character. He was still that good comic relief. He had a little bit of character development.
Yeah.
But I would have to say my focus has kind of shifted to Haruhi's father, Ranka. Just the way she handles the guys he handles the guys in the few times that they've seen interacting with him, and
The interactions between him and Tamaki are
hilarious because he does not like Tamaki at all. And it's so funny. It's like that really typical, father against his girlfriend or his daughter's boyfriend. And it's really funny. And I really enjoy that. And just, you see a lot more of Haruhi's home life and that interaction too as well. So what about you? Did your favorite character change from your...
I think I like Casanova now.
Really?
Yeah. Because
you were all about Honey Senpai the last time we discussed this.
I still am, but Casanova is cool because he's born into a syndicate. He's the Godfather's son, and he was raised to be this hard criminal, but he's just a big softie on the inside, and it's great.
Yeah, and I mean that's a lot of like perception. Like he says, he was born with a face that was so menacing that people just assumed, he was this meaner character, and he had to live up to that. When really he was this big sweetheart.
Yeah.
And there was like he helping that sparrow when it fell out of its nest.
Okay.
And he was just a big softie at heart.
Yeah. Kind of like you.
Yeah, but I don't look like a big jerk on the outside. And
you do sometimes.
I thought it was hilarious, the whole Mori senpai.
Oh, yeah.
How he broke Mori senpai down because he was saying, Mori, you're hard to look at. You're menacing, how do people like you?
That look that Mori gave Tamaki, just help.
So funny. So funny. So.
It was great.
Who do you think Haruhi should actually end up with of all her love prospects? Because I know at the end that Tamaki and Kyoya's fathers are fighting over
who would marry
who's
her.
going to marry her. But who do you think she should actually marry?
So I know.
Or who do you think she should actually be with?
I know I just said her and Casanova, they'd be a cute couple, but I really think she would need some level-headed support, just kind of the way she is.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of thinking Kyoya.
Really?
Yeah.
I would like that to be the ship. I would like. I think that would be a good match. I think he needs that, and I think he'd be able to support her really well.
And honestly, the picture of her being the mob wife for Casanova, it was great.
It was hilarious. But I think that, and I mean, the way it is going to end up is she's going to end up with Tamaki, right? Because that's the way it's going to work. But I think Tamaki needs her. Yeah. I think he needs that grounding prospect. She would know how to handle him really well because of her father. They're pretty well alike. And she's demonstrated that she has the most feelings for Tamaki.
Yeah. Right?
I mean, she obviously cares about all the others, but Tamaki is the one that she can get flustered over. And, they make the most sense. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So, as much as I would prefer to see her with Kyoya, I think, taking it a step back, she would actually be better.
Yeah, she'd be a better match with Tamaki. Yeah. So, in the last episode, we did ratings out of Usa-chan's. I think now it should be of Tamaki's Fantasylands.
Yeah, Tamaki's Fantasy Theaters, because... Yeah.
There were so many of them.
So many of them. Like, head in the clouds by far. Yeah. Just hilarious. But yeah, and I know our last episode, we rated this fairly low. Yeah. So what, I know the first half of this, the second half we watched was pretty much just filler and wasn't very plot filled and just was really dragging on, but the last 6 episodes really redeemed itself. Yeah. So what is your final rating? What is your
My-
final review?
Final rating, like, of the overall show,
Yeah.
or just the...
Nope, the overall show
okay,
now.
the overall show. Like, 3/4 of it was really just... Most of it was just filler, but the last 6, they were so good.
Yeah.
And with the intro and outro just being bad, I know my last rating was about 4.
Yeah.
The last 6 episodes, I think, might have bumped it up to 5, maybe 5.5.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
So I would have to say probably a 6. One point for each of those 6 episodes that really redeemed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, because that's the thing. Before those last 6 episodes, there was maybe one out of the other 7 episodes that,
That
had
was-
some potential.
yeah.
But it just dragged on. And I mean, it is supposed to be a lighthearted romantic comedy, and it does do that well, but it seemed kind of repetitive. It seemed kind of like the same things here and there, and
honestly,
you wanted more from it.
it started to get a little predictable, too.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
just because of the setting of it and stuff. But those last 6 episodes, I gotta say, like, if the rest of the anime had been like that,
it would have been...
it would have been a much higher
like-
rating, would have been a much better anime.
Even if the rest of the episodes were like those 6, but the intro and outro were the same, even then, it would still bring it up to, like, a 7 or an 8.
Yeah, it would make it so much better. But yeah, I would have to settle with 6 Tamaki Dream Theaters.
I'm gonna settle with 5.5.
Yeah. So
But still, I'd recommend watching it for yourself. If you only have time for a few, definitely do the last 6. But
you might be a little lost at first, but then it'll make sense
Yeah.
to you because they explain everything.
yeah,
But yeah, I think that's where we're gonna end that one. So if you guys have, as usual, if you guys have any recommendations for us, comment down below. We love to hear from you guys. Any comments you have from us, anything you'd like us to review, any general stuff like that. Love to hear from you.
yeah. If you guys did enjoy this video, please hit the like, and if you want to see more, subscribe and hit the bell, and you'll stay caught up.
Yeah, and then you'll always know we come out with a new video every Monday. So we'll see you guys in the next one.
That look that Mori gave Tamaki, just help.
So funny.